opportunity to meet yet. My name is Julie Sina, and I have what truly is the privilege to be responsible for our UCLA Alumni Association. And there is not a better job than that, I think. Sorry about that, Chancellor Block, but I think being in charge of the Alumni Association is really a gift and a privilege. And we are so thrilled to welcome our Bruin parents and your sons and daughters to Family Weekend. Before we start, there's just a couple of people I'd love to introduce you to. Could I ask the Larretts and the Murphys to stand, please? Your chairs of your parent council, our parent council leadership. You will see them around all weekend. We encourage you to introduce yourself, give them some feedback, some ideas, and as you can see, they stand out in their blue and gold, so they role model that for us. I also want to make sure that you meet Alexandra Brown. Where's Alex? Leads our parent and family program. So if you close your eyes and listen to your voice, you probably will recognize her as the person you may have talked to on the phone multiple times. Does a terrific job with that program. And then finally, I'd also like to introduce a special friend here this morning, Roxanne Neal. Roxanne is here in a new capacity today. Many of you know Rox because for over 20 years she has led our orientation program, and this year she's here at Family Weekend as a parent, she and her husband of their son, Brandon. So welcome to the life of a Bruin parent, Roxanne. So I'm really excited to introduce to you our guest speaker this morning. Julie Anne is a member of our parent council, represents 3 generations of Bruins. Her mom, she and her parents moved to this country, I believe, when you were 2, right, Julie Anne? And her mom completed an international program in her School of Dentistry. Julie Anne is a dentist. Her husband's a dentist from another school across town, but yeah, we'll let that go this morning. And Julie Anne will tell her story better than I will to you, and I want to give her the opportunity to do that. And also welcome her son, who is a transfer student in sociology, correct? So, welcome, Julie Anne. We're thrilled to have you with us this morning.
Good morning, fellow alumni and new Bruins. My name is Julie Anne Valde-Lopez, and I'm very honored to talk to you today about how and why I became involved as an alumna and as a parent. I am going to steal UCLA's centennial slogan of "Let There Be" to illustrate. First, if I told you how much I love UCLA, I am sure some of you would challenge that and say your love is stronger. But the fact is that we all love UCLA, and that love comes from our different stories and experiences. My love for UCLA began at home with my mother. She and my father immigrated to this country as dentists from the Philippines in 1968. I was 2 years old. She took the International Dental Program at UCLA, which prepared students to pass the Dental Licensure Exam of California. It was a 2-year program, and she graduated with flying colors. So, she was the first Bruin in our family. I was initiated into the world of UCLA wisdom when I was 13 years old, and I remember her comment about a friend's son who was going to USC. My mom, who never said anything bad about anyone, remarked, "Oh, he wasn't smart enough to go to UCLA." From then on, I knew that you had to be smart to go to UCLA. Let there be grades. My older sister also went to UCLA, and even though she was a math major, she had a great time. I know, really, they're geeks. I stayed with her at Dykstra a few weekends when she was a freshman, and coming from a private all-girls Catholic high school from Pasadena, UCLA was all fun, and I couldn't wait to get here. Let there be fun. So I arrived in the fall of 1984, and it took me 5 years to graduate because I just didn't want to leave. I graduated in 1989 with a Bachelor of Arts in History, and I count as my colleagues Reggie Miller and Troy Aikman, although they definitely did not know who I was. As a student, there was optimism, there were educational opportunities, there was freedom to explore, there was personal discovery. It was all here at UCLA. Let there be opportunities. As a freshman, I tried out as a coxswain for the UCLA crew team. As a junior, I studied abroad for 1 year at the University di Padova in Italy. I was a research assistant for a history professor researching medical devices from the medieval and Renaissance periods, and I worked part-time at the bomb shelter deli for 2 years. Let there be whatever you want, because UCLA had it all. As an alumna, I realized that I was lucky to have gone here, and I am excited to see all the fantastic changes on campus. As a student, I knew how great the university was, but it didn't hit home until after graduation. Now I am in awe because I was taught by a Nobel Award winner, Professor Donald Cram, in chemistry. I was also able to go to a Rose Bowl where UCLA won in 1986 and beat Iowa. From past greatness in Jackie Robinson and Coach John Wooden to exceptional athletes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Rafer Johnson to award-winning artists Carol Burnett, Francis Ford Coppola, and John Williams, UCLA continues to produce successful leaders and alumni. Recently, our professor, Terrence Tao, the Mozart of math, became a Fields Medal winner. And we have the nerdy but beautiful scientists Mayim Bialik and Danica McKellar, freshman student Olympians such as Madison Kosian and Jesse Fleming, as well as the innovators of Uber, Cool House Ice Cream, and World of Warcraft. When you look around campus, one can see innovative changes. Let there be innovation, such as Lacretz Hall, the first LEED certified building at UCLA. It was constructed from recyclable materials and sits over a 5 million gallon thermal energy storage tank. But also, there are things that remain the same. Let there be beauty, as in the sculpture garden, 5 acres of peaceful calm in North Campus where students can contemplate, study, mingle, or just appreciate art. But as an alumni, and before my son became a Bruin, as proud as I was about UCLA, I would only go to a few alumni events, mostly social events spent screaming at a football screen. I have attended basketball, soccer, and volleyball games, and I've also donated financially. But it wasn't until my son became a student here that my participation as an alumni and a parent hit full throttle. As students, we entered as dreamers, and we imagined what we could do and what we can become. As a UCLA parent, I now have an investment in UCLA through my son, and I wanted to nurture that investment by being involved as a parent. I wanted to become a part of this UCLA community because of what it gave me as a student, the pride it gives me as an alumna, and the hope it gives me for the future of my son. Also, I had fallen in love all over again with UCLA. So I hosted a dinner for 12 strangers, I joined the Parents Council, and I volunteered at move-in and open house days. As volunteer parents, we provide manpower for UCLA activities such as Volunteer Day. We educate other new parents on what resources are available at UCLA, and we encourage their involvement. There is also the social component of meeting parents from different parts of the country. I've met parents from Illinois, Oregon, excuse me, I sound like Donald Trump. It's allergies. I've met parents from Illinois, Oregon, Kentucky, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, as well as from San Francisco, San Diego, and Ventura County. And the most common emotion was happiness that their child was at UCLA. And everyone is very, very nice. I like meeting new parents from other states because I want them to know how wonderful we Angelinos are and that they made a great investment in sending their child to UCLA. The Parents Council members are friendly, amazing, and supportive. If you want to be a part of the UCLA community, to watch UCLA continue to grow in innovation and leadership while helping to expand its outreach to future parents, please volunteer and join us. Lastly, as parents, we can appreciate how hard our children work to get here. My son Zach, embracing the millennial spirit, didn't want to go to college, and in his senior year he announced that he wasn't going to apply anywhere. This was disappointing because my husband and I felt that it was important for our children to get college educations. I went to UCLA, my husband went to Indiana University, and we met at Northwestern University Dental School. My husband then went off to USC for his periodontal residency, and all I could think about was my mother's comment, "Oh, he wasn't smart enough to go to UCLA." So, of course, it is much different now, and USC is a fine school with smart students. So. Zach attended Moore Park Community College, and he studied and studied, And as you know, you don't see their grades. So I just didn't know what he was doing. But apparently, he did very well and made honor roll and honor society. And not once did he mention applying to UCLA. We were just happy that he was going to community college, really, at this point. A few times he would say that he really wanted to go to UC Santa Barbara or UC San Diego, and we would be supportive and say, yeah, go for it. Then, all of a sudden, he shows me his acceptance email from UCLA, and I cried. It was one of the happiest moments of my life. Not because he is attending my alma mater, but because UCLA would be a good fit for him, the millennial, the outside-the-box thinker. But then again, UCLA would be a good fit for the scientist, the dreamer, the doctor, the athlete, the dancer, the researcher, the optimist. Let there be. Now my son can experience all that there can be, and my involvement as an alumna, as a parent volunteer, is my thank you to UCLA for allowing that. As alumni, we all know just how special UCLA education is, and how important it can be to connect with and learn from the Bruin community. I think it's fair to say that nobody understands the importance of safeguarding the value of a UCLA education better than our beloved Chancellor and his wife, which is why it gives me great pleasure to introduce Chancellor Gene Block and Mrs. Carol Block.
Thank you, and good morning, everybody. So I thought Julie Anne, you started off with a great theme, let there be. So I would say when I think about let there be, the first let there be I think about is let there be fairness. Let there be fairness and opportunity for students to attend this university. And because of that, when you have multi-generational families, you are really working against the odds. Because everybody gets a level playing field, each generation gets treated like everyone else. There's no head start for an alumni child. There's no head start for a child from a family that has been helpful to us financially. We simply look for the best students who we think will be leaders in the future. So if you think that getting in this year was a chance, let's say 1 out of 10, and maybe when you, the older folks, maybe it was 1 out of 5, that's still only for 2 members of a family to come here is about a 2.5%, 2% probability. If you have 3 generations or 3 people, you're getting down to like 0.2%. Spectacular. So, congratulations to everybody who's been able to maintain multi-generational family members coming to UCLA. I say my hat's off to you. You're doing something very special. I mean, you really should be proud of that. This year, we have our best class ever. I mean, in terms of you look at their accomplishments, we also have our most diverse class ever. And I emphasize this again because for public universities to be successful, they have to represent the people of their state. In our case, we're a state university. We have to work towards making sure everybody gets an opportunity. And that is so critical to this place. I mean, it changes our educational experience of all of our students in such profound ways to be in an environment, both with diversity from the U.S., but also enormous amounts of international diversity now among international students. So this is an extraordinary place which you're going to be test driving over the next few days. And I hope you take advantage of hearing great faculty lectures. You get a chance to walk around campus. There's all kinds of construction. Now, all of you remember construction because, someone said UCLA is under construction in Los Angeles, UCLA. But there's been a real burst of construction, especially on the south side of campus. So if you walk around, you'll find a lot of buildings. You'll see sight lines that you will not remember. You'll look down at some beautiful sight lines at this campus with buildings that are literally all within 3 or 4 years have been built. So it's an honor. I mean, Carol and I love to be here. This is our 10th year. And, I thought after 10 years I'd be, looking at my retirement booklet and seeing, what's next. And we're more excited than the day we arrived. It's just such a special place and such an honor to lead UCLA. So enjoy the weekend, and thanks for all that you do for this institution. Take care.
Thank you so much, Chancellor Block and Julie Anne, for your wonderful remarks. We have one more official thing to do, Bruins, right? So if I could ask our parent council leadership to join me. I can't think of any better group of folks to lead us in A-Clap this morning than our parent council co-chairs. I know you'd be ready. You ready?
Okay, everybody hands up.
Hands up, hands up.
And one.
UCLA, fight, fight, fight.
Thank you so very much. Welcome home, Bruin families, and enjoy this fabulous weekend under this Bruin blue sky. Thank you so much.